I'll show you guys what I picked up today. This is the 2x2 3/16 wall square tubing. This is the 1.5 by 3 inch by 3/16 wall rectangular, and this is 1 by 1/8 wall square tubing. This is for the new milling machine and for the bench to move my other milling machine. It's time to move this beast to its new home. I gotta get rid of that ceiling height issue so I can move that column up and down. Any benchtop surface, once it's cleaned off, it's open for fair game in my shop. So ignore the mess on the top, but this is actually the stand that the milling machine came with. Unfortunately, it's still a little bit too tall and too flimsy for my liking. When it was on there, it kind of moved more than I liked. So I'm just going to negate this thing and, build it out of that tubing I showed you guys. Weekend project, fun in the sun, well, in the cold. Yeah, this takes a while. I'll spare you some suffering. Alright, this is the top of the bench that I'm building for my milling machine. It's going to be 26 by 24. I've got it tacked up now. I'm going to make some legs for it, build a few braces, because it's going to be, supporting a lot of weight. I think that thing's a good 800-900 pounds anyway. But I got the frame for the other mill going. I got this one going. It's Friday, so I'm hopeful by the end of this weekend that this stand will be done and that frame over there will be a little further along. I need more steel, so I can't go too crazy, but anyway, that's where we're at. Not the prettiest welds, but they'll do the trick. I know this ain't gonna let go on me. I put a lot of filler in there. Got half of these, this side done. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna do this inside part on all of them, and then I'm gonna get the legs on, tack those on. Now that I got the inside seam welded, I'm gonna go through and put the legs on. They're relatively short legs. This table is only gonna be a good 28 inches high total. Again, this is for my milling machine, and I don't have a lot of ceiling height, so bear with me here. All the legs now are welded all the way around. Frame's all done. I'm gonna put some braces across just to make sure. I mean, it's a complete overkill, but I'm gonna put a shelf underneath anyway for the electrical box, so I might as well. But just about done with this. What I'm going to do, I cut this in 2-inch squares. This is 3/8 plate steel, and I'm just going to weld that on there. So I'm going to drill a hole, tap it for a 3/8 bolt, and then I'm going to weld it on so I can have feet and make it adjustable. I'm cutting 4 of these now. Alright, I got the bottom braces tacked up now. I'm not going to put one in the front because I'm just going to put a shelf there, a piece of wood that is going to be for the computer. And I'm going to put a piece of wood on the top. The only question now is if I should put another brace going across or widthwise, you know, just as a precautionary thing for the milling machine. And I might, only because it's going to be on wood, and you know, using coolant, if the wood gets wet over time, it could disintegrate, and I don't want the wood to get weak and then have the mill start to fall through. Not that I think that's going to happen, because I built this frame pretty close to the size of the mill. But still, just as a precautionary, I might as well, while I'm in this stage of it, make sure this thing is, you know, buttoned up pretty good. But yeah, that's where we're at now. Let me work on this middle piece and see how that goes. This is the 1x1. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through, I'm going to drill and tap all the feet. I'm going to tap them to this. I believe this is a 3/8 by 16, 18, something like that. So first things first, we're going to drill out the hole. Here we go. Big video. Okay. We got the bottom shelf in, so now we're working on the top shelf. So here we go. So this is where I'm at now. I've made the pads and I've threaded them. These go on top of here. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to use the threaded rod or just weld some bolts on the inside and just have the threads sticking out. And then go over here. I have some, I believe that's 2-inch diameter bar stock. All I was going to do was cut some 1/2-inch pieces for feet. I mean, that was it. Drill out the center and tap it. And then I can adjust the feet for the height, just to get it on level.